Hey gang, today we're going to talk about friendship. And yeah, I know I'm late. It's like 3:30 in the afternoon in California. Some of you are asleep. Just wasn't that committed today, was I? Hello, WKB. I'm always wondering, is that a farm, WKB? Who are you? Where are you from? What are you building? Hello, Noel. Hello, Amy. Hello, Allison. Yeah, I thought I'd talk about friendship tonight. I was just inspired to do that. And just as I was typing the title of today's talk, friendship, what kind of friend are you? I was thinking, oh my gosh, my buddy Richard Duran, who is not doing well health-wise and hasn't done well for a few years, fell and broke his wrist last week. I heard about it last week, and I still haven't called him. And, you know, I've done a lot of things in the last week where I could have called Richard Duran, and I forgot. But you know why I forgot? Because it just wasn't that important to me. And so when you're taking 100% responsibility for your actions and you take 100% responsibility for your friendships, no excuse plays, right? So I can say, oh, I was so busy, oh, I forgot. Well, the truth is, RD, you apparently are not that important to me. But you are, which is why I'm talking about this and why I'm going to call you this evening as soon as I'm done with this live. So, you know, for some people, family is the most important thing in their life. And if that's the case for you, you are very fortunate. My family just didn't grow up that connected. They didn't grow up that tight. And so I won't go into that, right? Because probably half of you have been there. But so I kind of gravitated towards friendship as a place where I got community and support and love and loyalty and people that had my back and people that could disagree with me but still love me and appreciate me. And so friendship's always been really important to me. And have I been as good a friend as I could possibly be? Oh my gosh, I can't even count the ways I've dishonored friends, I've let friends down, I've ignored friends, I've sabotaged friends, I've done selfish things that hurt friends but benefited me maybe in the moment. I've done a lot of not so friendly things with my friends, right? People say, with friends like you, who needs enemies? And I've also consciously invested in my friendships because they are really, really important to me. And I'm going to tell you a story and then show you a picture. So, like, you know, the Doobie Brothers and the Revenge of Success magazine, I had this vision of when I got really successful, I was going to host my best friends for this extraordinary vacation every year. And my motive, you know, probably wasn't always pure. I'm sure I was showing off at times and I'll show you and all of that. I'm sure all of that was present. I won't even attempt to debate it. And the motive that I resonate with the most was I just noticed that my friends, most of them, did not have opportunities to travel the world. They did not meet a lot of people outside our hometown. They didn't have a lot of worldly experiences. And even those that did, you know, they were pretty much locked into that 2-week vacation every year. But hey, when that actually comes around, can we actually afford to go where we want to go and do it the way we want to do it? Most people couldn't. If you're any kind of self-employed at all, you probably don't take those vacations, right? Maybe you can afford them, but now you can't afford the time away from work because what's going to happen to your business if you leave it for 2 weeks? So my friends span the full gamut, right? Employees, entrepreneurs, real estate agents, very successful car salesman. You know, one of my good buddies restores art in museums, like that's not ancient art, but he restores statues and ancient paintings. That's what he does for a living. So, I get a lot of like crazy diversity in my friends. But what I noticed universally, not always, but universally, like generally, is they just didn't get to vacation the way I did. So I created this event called Buds. That's what I call my high school buds. Bash. Buds Bash. And Buds Bash started in about 1990 and ran through 2010. Could have been 1992 through 2012. 20 years in a row, never missed a year. And this is what Buds Bash was. You get yourself to Coeur d'Alene, Idaho, which is where I lived in the summer, and I will host you for 10 days. So Buds Bash went for 10 days, so they would come in at the beginning of a weekend, and they would leave at the end of the weekend. And most of them came from California. Some of them every year rode their Harleys from Merced or the Bay Area to Coeur d'Alene, Idaho, which is 1,100 miles. Some of them flew, some of them drove. And so here were the rules of Buds Bash. Number one, you always stayed with me. No matter what, everybody stayed with me. Nobody ever stayed in a hotel. Nobody ever stayed with other friends. Everybody always stayed with me. And sometimes, I think the lowest Buds Bash we ever had was 8 people, and one year we had 18. And so, I would like rent houseboats to park in front of the house, motorhomes to park in front of the house, tents to put on the lawn or the beach, whatever I had to do to host all these people. And for 10 days, all we did was boat and all the boating activities that go with that, eat, yes, drink, play golf, tell stories, and listen to music for 10 straight days. And there were some regulars. So I'm pretty sure Mitch Perkins, who doesn't watch this, made every one of the 20 years. And I want to say Stan Callen made every one of the 20 years, but I'm not positive about that. And everybody would bring like their spouse or their current girlfriend, however they, rolled that way. And we just partied like rock stars and appreciated each other and told stories and loved each other and consoled each other and supported each other for 10 days straight. And we just had the absolute best time. Why did it stop? Well, probably me. That was probably on me, right? I couldn't hold it together any longer. I couldn't keep it going any longer. But friendship, folks, is a two-way street. And if you want really good friends, actually what inspired me to talk about this today was I was doing a coaching session and I was talking to this person about their life and their family and their friends. And this person told me that they don't have any friends, and they're like an adult, right? Their kids are grown and they don't have any friends. And I thought, wow, how can that be? How can it be that we don't have any friends? And then I was thinking about, yesterday I played golf with a good friend of mine he's been a friend for about 10 years, something like that, maybe 15 years. And he and I have some really healthy and unhealthy political debates. And he's very adamant and very passionate about his viewpoint. He's very locked in. And so, but he and I can play 18 holes of golf and we can talk about that passionately. And he even gets angry, right? Because he's absolutely right and he tells me I'm absolutely wrong. And yet at the end of golf, right, we can hug and laugh. Why? Well, because we give each other this. This is how friendship is created, right? We give each other the respect and the courtesy and the honor of having our own viewpoints, our own opinions, being able to express those in a safe place. And he is a safe place, even though he gets mad, tells me I'm wrong. He's not that serious about I'm wrong. He believes I'm wrong, but he does honor me and he listens to me. And that's how friendships are created. And because we got to give, it's just like in a relationship. Not that I'll be giving anybody relationship advice, but it's in anything, you get what you give, right? So if you're looking for stronger friendships, maybe do an audit of what are you giving? So maybe make a list of the 10 most important friends you have in your life and ask yourself, when's the last time you called them? For no agenda at all, right? Just call them. When's the last time you gave them something? When's the last time you inspired them? When's the last time you acknowledged their gift to you? I think the most important things anybody's ever given me in friendship are the friends that have told me specifically what I have done for them. So, it's one thing to tell somebody, you're the most awesome friend, I love you, I appreciate you so much. That has meaning, but what has 10 times more meaning is for you to tell people specifically who are they and what do they do that honors you. And so that could be an exercise. If you want something to do, reach out to somebody tonight, somebody that's a friend, somebody that you want to be a friend, and give them something. Give them a piece of your heart, give them a piece of your soul, give them some edification and some recognition and some appreciation for who they are in your life. My buddy Rich Duran, who I'm going to call, Rich Duran has called me, it's not on a schedule, but I would guess once every 3 months for the last 40 years, just to tell me he loves me. Tom Chenault calls me just to tell me he loves me. Some of you know Tom. Richard Duran's been doing it for 40 years. Sends me a text. Love you, bro. Thinking about you. And I notice I don't do that. I guess I got to look to do other things, right? Do what's authentically you. But that's authentically Richard. And a couple of years ago, I told him how much it meant to me. Specifically, Rich, you've been reaching out to me every 3 or 4 or 5 months for 40 years without fail, without agenda. You don't ever want anything. You don't want money. You don't want a favor. You just want to tell me how much you love me. And so that's my message of today, is do an audit on your friendships and do an audit of how much you're giving. And those that give to you, maybe give them some really specific acknowledgement of what they contribute to you. Now, let me show you a picture. I got a few pictures I can show you, but I'm going to show you this picture. So if you're into art, this is a Western artist called Turpinning. And I don't know how to spell his name, but he's probably somewhere in here. I don't know. Oh, here he is. That guy. TER, 1997. So this is one of my favorite paintings, and I've always hung it in my home. But look what I added to it about 10 years ago. Can you read that? There it is. Bud's Bash, 1855. I love that. Hey, that's Daily Dose of Salt for today. Friendship. Do an audit. Reach out and touch somebody. Acknowledge them for what they've done to make your life better. I don't know who's going to be with you in your final days. Preferably family. Or if you value friends just as much, friends. But they don't come by accident, and we don't want to take them for granted, because friendship can be fickle. So reach out. See you tomorrow.